What connects a delusional otaku, a self-proclaimed mad scientist, and a robotics club on the brink of disbandment? On the surface, the stories of the science adventure series seem unrelated. But peel back the layers, and a terrifying pattern emerges. A single, shadowy organization is the catalyst for nearly every catastrophe, every moment of suffering. This isn't a story about individual villains. This is a story about a system, an enemy so vast it operates on a global scale. From the delusions of Shibuya to the time loops of Akihabara, one name lurks in the background: the Committee of 300. They are the hidden hand, the secret rulers. And in this video, we're walking through the entire science adventure series chronology to expose how the Committee of 300 pulls the strings as the ultimate antagonist. Naturally, there will be great spoilers about all the installments of this universe, so if you have not read their visual novels yet, I do not recommend watching this video. That said, let's get started. First, we need to understand our enemy. The Committee of 300 is not an original creation of Kayamura Shikura and Nitroplus. It's a concept borrowed from real-world conspiracy theories, most famously from the book The Committee of 300 by John Coleman. In this lore, it's a secretive, Illuminati-like group of the world's elite, bankers, royalty, politicians, and scientists, who manipulate world events to establish a one-world government, or a new world order. The science adventure series adopts this concept wholeheartedly and are behind everything that happens in each of the novels of the series, whether directly, like in the events of Chaos Head, Steins Gate, and Robotics Notes, or indirectly in Chaos Child, Steins Gate 0, and Robotics Notes Dash, where they do not intervene in any way, and allow events to develop to the extent that they can be benefited. We know that the committee was founded around the 1700s, and the main reason for its existence is to achieve its final objective, the Human Domestication Plan. This plan consists of reducing the world's population to just 1 billion souls, then rule over what's left under a single, global regime. They believe that humanity has reached its peak and that further progress, especially technological progress driven by human will and ambition, will only lead to chaos and self-destruction. This plan was successfully completed in the Alpha Attractor field, thanks to the success of SERN in creating a functional time machine with the help of the kidnapped lab members. This means that the dystopian future from which Suzuha came, in Steins Gate, was nothing more than the completed Human Domestication Plan. In that future, the committee had absolute control of the lives of people, and anyone who dared to oppose them was eliminated. Basically, the result of this plan is to establish a dystopia and create a new world where the people would be unaware they were living enslaved, since they would be subjected to an immense amount of propaganda, which would lead them to think that those who control them were really their saviors. To achieve this goal, the committee has launched more than 114 projects over 100 years. But we really still don't know much about it. How is its internal organization? What do they plan to do after achieving their goal? Why do they want to achieve that goal in the first place, are things that still remain a total mystery. As you can see, there are still many unknown things about them. Their goals are chillingly consistent: to monitor and manipulate thought itself, to weaponize new technologies, and to suppress any force that might oppose their dominance. Whether it's the delusion-based tech of Chaos Head, the time travel breakthroughs of Steins Gate, or the AI systems of Robotics Notes, the committee is always there, funding, corrupting, and steering events toward a future where humanity is under their thumb. They are the ultimate force of determinism, fighting against the chaos of possibility that the protagonists represent. They operate through proxies, major corporations, research institutions, and political bodies, making them an enemy that is everywhere and nowhere at once. In Shibuya, 2009, strange murders called the New Generation Madness spread fear across the city. Here, we see the committee's experiments in their early stages. Takumi Nishiju, our reluctant protagonist, stumbles into their experiments, and his struggle is our first glimpse into a world where the very fabric of existence is being tampered with by an unseen hand. We know about the Node project, that consists in the creation of Noah 2, an artificial gigalamin device with the ability to make delusions real and manipulate people's minds and thoughts. With this device, the committee would be able to control people's minds and take control of the world. The development of this project was in the hands of Nozomi Technology, being the main problem and cause of the events of Chaos Head Noah. This project ended in a total failure, with the betrayal of Noros and the third meltdown. The New Generation murders are a field test. The goal? To see if they can weaponize human consciousness itself. While the scale is local, centered in Shibuya, the implications are global. This is the committee learning to directly overwrite reality by manipulating perception. To them, ordinary people are not individuals, but as test subjects, useful only for developing tools of mass control. And if you like this video, please give it a like and subscribe. Now let's continue. Just months later, across Tokyo in Akihabara, another story unfolds, Steins Gate. Here, a group of eccentric young scientists accidentally discovers time travel using a microwave and a phone. What begins as a joke quickly draws the attention of SERN, a research organization under the committee's influence. SERN is tasked with the Z program, consisting in the creation of a functional time machine to manipulate history and turn the Committee of 300 into the masters of the world. For the culmination of this project, innumerable human experiments were carried out, most of them failed, resulting in the Jellyman reports. This project only has success in the alpha and gamma attraction fields. In all the other fields it is destined to fail. Okabe Rintaro and his friends are hunted, manipulated, and forced into impossible choices because the committee recognizes that time itself is the ultimate weapon of control. Okabe Rintaro's journey in Steins Gate is a direct rebellion against this future. By reaching the Steins Gate worldline, he doesn't just save Kurisu and Mayuri, he thwarts the committee's most straightforward path to global dominance, showing that even in a world where they control everything, resistance is still possible. If you thought the chaos ended with Shibuya's earthquake, think again. 5 years after the events of Steins Gate, the committee returns to Shibuya. With the failure of the SERN plan, they reactivate their Gigalomaniac project on a larger scale. The events of Chaos Child are a direct continuation and escalation of the Chaos Head experiments. Here, we see the Shibuya cleaning plan. Its goal is to eliminate all patients with the Chaos Child syndrome that were in Shibuya, since these were considered irregularities caused by the failure of the Node project in 2009. These were a serious problem for the committee, since their existence could reveal the truth behind the Shibuya earthquake, the Node project and Gigalomania. This plan was scheduled to be executed in 2015, but it was postponed thanks to the insistence of Wakui during the Chaos Child events. In the end, all the patients of the Chaos Child syndrome recovered, so the plan was no longer necessary, and never executed. In Robotics notes, the committee's influence manifests through 3 key projects. The Mars project was a grand propaganda campaign designed to ignite a global obsession with robotics. The project used all kinds of propaganda to make robots seen as something interesting and essential in the lives of people, including anime, video games, and other things. This makes the development of robots rise to levels never seen before. This is known in the science adventure universe as the boom of robots. The objective of this was to allow the Committee of the 300 to have enough ready-made labor once the Human Domestication plan was completed, since humanity would not be able to maintain itself with a remaining population of 1,000 million people, and there is where these robots would enter. This project would also serve as support for the execution of the Atom project. The development of this project was mainly in the hands of the Tavistock Institute, who would be in charge of spreading the propaganda. The committee successfully completed this project, since by 2020 the robots had already become something normal in the world of science adventure, and you could find them anywhere. The Ulysses project was a solar research project executed in the year 2000. This project allowed the committee to anticipate a series of strong solar storms that would hit Earth in the years 2012, 2015, 2019, and 2020. Information that the committee would use to prepare the creation of the Atom project years later. During its execution, the committee discovered the existence of the monopoles, which were later added to the Human Domestication plan as the main source of energy for the New World. And the Atom project consists in using a solar storm to cause immense damage to the Earth's surface, thus eliminating most of the world's population. For the culmination of this project, they would use CERN-developed black hole microbombs, which would be launched into space to weaken the Earth's magnetic field and increase the intensity of the solar storm. To keep secret the launch of these bombs, the robots built as a consequence of the success of the Mars project would be used. These robots would be hacked, causing them to rebel against humans, causing great chaos around the world to divert the attention of the real problem. The development of this project was not in the hands of a specific organization, since it was executed directly by its creator. In turn, various organizations around the world, including NASA, Nozomi Industries, SERN, the Tavistock Institute and Exoskeleton were involved as support organizations. Stopping this project is the central conflict of Robotics Notes. Robotics Notes is crucial because the antagonist, Ko Kimijima, is not the mastermind, but a symptom. He is a rogue agent who discovered the committee's plan and decided to accelerate it, believing humanity's extinction is better than its enslavement. The Robot Club's fight against the Killer Queen robot is a literal and metaphorical battle to build a future with their own hands, against a plan that seeks to take that future away. While not directly tied to the mainline and not even a finished story, Occultic 9 reveals another angle of the committee's reach. Through manipulation of occult studies, paranormal research, and disinformation, the committee maintains control not only over science, but also over belief itself. By controlling the boundary between science and superstition, they shape what humanity accepts as possible or impossible, another form of mental domination. Finally, we reach Anonymous Code, the farthest point in the science adventure chronology yet. There was a catastrophe that occurred in different layers of the world, when one morning of the year 2036, the military satellite network got out of control, and opened fire against multiple important cities around the world, resulting in the death of millions of people. This event is what will cause the events of Anonymous Code and the Gaia simulations to happen. I don't know the true nature of this incident yet, since I still haven't played Anonymous Code, but everything seems to indicate that the committee was also behind that failure in that satellite network. Holland Takaoka and his allies faced the most advanced form of the committee's schemes, reality itself as a controlled program. The progression is clear, from delusions, to time, to robotics, to reality simulation. Every step brings the committee closer to absolute dominion over human existence. As I mentioned at the beginning of the video, the Committee of the 300 controls a large number of organizations around the world, too many to mention them all, so I will only mention some of the most important organizations we know that work for the committee. Nozomi Industries is an organization that is publicly responsible for the development of medical instruments, but their true objective is the investigation of gigolomania, and the development of the Node project. Nozomi has under his control the following institutions. The General Hospital AH of Tokyo. In the basement of this hospital there is a whole underground facility where experiments were made with many mentally unstable people, to awaken their gigaloman powers. These experiments included all kinds of torture, both physical and psychological. In 2011, in the Beta Lines, this hospital served as the main research center for the new encephalitis in Steins Gate 0. The Suimei Academy, which was a school intended for Nozomi to be able to test the Node project. The Haihiko Academy, this was a school that was intended to have the patients of the Chaos Child Syndrome gathered in one place and be able to monitor them. The Chinku Company. This was the company that produced the Gero frogs used to observe the reaction of the young people of Shibuya before the increase of the GE raids. The Cosmic Church of the Divine Light is a religious cult who financed the creation of the Node project. They are the ones behind the series of murders known as the Madness of the New Generation. And they also offered test subjects to Nozomi for their experiments of gigolomania. SERN is directly controlled by the committee, and they are secretly in charge of the investigation of the black holes. Their main objective is the creation of a functional time machine, but they have also developed weapons based on these black holes. For example, the SCERN black hole bombs that are capable of making a city disappear without leaving a trace, used in Robotics Notes. SERN has under its control the LHC, the Echelon System, which is a system that intersects all communications worldwide, and the Rounders, the group that acts as his secret police. The Tavistock Institute is dedicated to the investigation of human relationships, but in secret, they are one of the most important tools of the committee. They are in charge of creating all the propaganda that allows them to keep their plans hidden. The tactic they use most is to infiltrate the truth combined with thousands of lies, so that the world takes the committee's plans as simple conspiracies, thought up by some lunatic. This institute also directly intervenes in the media of the whole world, to spread their propagandas. In turn, they also developed effective methods for brainwashing and mind manipulation. This institute also usually supports other committee organizations. Exoskeleton is a company that develops robotic suits to help rehabilitate patients who have temporarily or permanently lost their ability to move. This company became famous worldwide with the robot boom, and greatly contributed to the success of the Mars project. Exoskeleton also secretly manufactures suits and robots for military purposes, such as the Sumereiji, which was used during the execution of the Atom project. NASA is the organization through the committee got the information of solar storms that created the Atom project and also actively participated in the project in 2020, giving false information about the solar storms that supposedly had hit Earth that year. The organizations affiliated with NASA are Victor Kondria, a prestigious university located in the United States. The same university where Kurisu, Meijo, Leskin, N-Rays and currently Okabe work. Most of the scientific research carried out in the university are really intended to help the numerous projects of the committee. An example of this is the visual reconstruction technology, which is able to send and receive data directly from the brain through the use of electromagnetic waves. Publicly, it is said that this technology was developed to help blind people recover their vision. But, really, this technology was developed as one of the foundations of the Node project, and it is the one that allows Node 2 to show delusions to people. Later, this technology would also be used for the development of the Amadeus project and the Kurisu temporal jump machine. Of course, only a few people in the university administration know about the influence of the committee on Victor Kondria. Also, thanks to Steins Gate 0, we know that other two secret organizations such as Stratford and DERPA have agents infiltrated into that university. The Coleman Institute is an institute focused on helping people with cognitive disorders, but they actually carry out experiments with their patients in order to study gigolomania. This institute is presented to us in the manga Chaos Child, Children Collected. Frisia is a private research agency, located in Shibuya. They secretly monitors all the organizations that the committee controls in Shibuya, and informs them of any suspicious activity in them. Thanks to the work of this agency, the committee was able to discover the betrayal of Noros, who planned to use the Node project against them. Through the different releases of the science adventure, we also have discovered some workers and members of the committee. For the members we have Genichi Noros, the president of Nozomi Industries and served the committee's plans during the development of the Node project in 2009. He tried to rebel against the committee using the powers of Node 2, but was defeated and murdered by Nishiju Takumi at the end of Chaos Head. Yudai Kuramochi. He was the leader of the Cosmic Church of the Divine Light in 2009. He was expelled from the committee when he tried to rebel against them, and was later murdered by Neros. Kaso Inohana. He was the leader of the Meihua Party in 2009. He was also expelled from the committee when he tried to rebel against them, and was also murdered by Neros. Shuichi Wakui. This is a Gigaloman and one of the committee's elite killers. Until 2016 he was assigned to the surveillance of Chaos Child Syndrome patients. It is unknown what he is currently doing, but he is still an active member of the committee. Kimijima Ko is an investigator and the mastermind behind the Atom project. He was one of the most important members of the Committee of the 300 until 2010 when he was murdered. Miguel San Ambrogio is one of the advisors in the Tavistock Institute. Not much information about him is available, apart from the fact that he is the father of Sawada, whom he tried to assassinate on multiple occasions. In the Gamma Attraction Field for the year 2036, Okabe Rintaro is the leader of the Rounders, and is the supreme ruler of Japan. There is a really cool theory about this attractor field. If you want to know more, please subscribe and like this video. These are all the people we know who were members of the committee at some point. Now, moving on to the workers and collaborators of the committee, we have Isai Hatano, an investigator who worked in Nozomi. He was the one who discovered the IR2 equation created by Takumi. Hatano was fired from Nozomi when he tried to stop the Node 2 experiments that were carried out with his wife and son. Hazuki Shino Kazuki was a member of the Cosmic Church of the Divine Light, and she is the main culprit of the series of murders known as the Madness of the New Generation. She committed suicide during the Chaos Head events in 2009. Mamoru Suwa was also a member of the Cosmic Church, and was an accomplice in the New Generation murders. Suwa and was assassinated by Takumi during the Chaos Head events in its final phase. Toshiyuki Sawada is the president of Exoskeleton Company, and son of one of the members of the Committee of the 300. Currently he no longer works for the committee, as he rebelled against them to stop the Atom project in 2020. Sawada was never really loyal to the committee, as he was always waiting for the right time to fight against them. Misaki Zenemiya is the exoskeleton test pilot, and was doing the dirty work of the committee during the Atom project thanks to the manipulation of Kimijima Ko. After the defeat of Kimijima, she was able to be free of his influence and stop helping the committee. Wataru Sakuma worked as one of Nozomi's researchers during the development of the NOAD project, developing the portable terminals of this device. After the failure of this project in 2009, he was fired. Kunasato Mio worked as an investigator in one of the laboratories of the committee that studied gigolomania in 2013. Although she ended up abandoning the investigation after the death of the children, she treated in one of the experiments and began to seek revenge against the committee. Katsuko Mamos was the observer of the committee in Shibuya. Her job was to collect information and monitor the rest of the organizations, to ensure that everything was in order. Mocha and Mr. Brown, being part of the Rounders, they follow the direct orders of SERN, being indirect employees of the committee. And lastly, Claire Coleman is the head director and investigator of the gigolomania research at the Coleman Institute. But, the action of the Committee of 300 has gained them a main enemy, a group called the Anti-Committee. Their main objective is to prevent the committee from completing their world domination plans, and each one of their members was involved, in one way or another, in some of the committee's conspiracies throughout the different installments of the science adventure. Their existence was revealed by Sawada in the final phases of Robotics notes. Its members are Toshiyuki Sawada, the founder of the Anti-Committee, Hashida Itaru, also known as Daru, Nishiju Takumi, and Tenoji Nei. These four are the only confirmed members, since Sawada calls them his teammates. However, there are a few other people that are very likely to be part of the Anti-Committee, and these are of course Migoto Okabe Rintaro, Mikise Kurisu, Ferris, Kunasato Mio, Takashi Shinju, Aoi Sena, Orihara Koju, Vez Sakishimoto, Sakihata Rimi, Akiho Zenamiya, Kaito Yashio, Subaru Hidaka, Yuna Daidoku, Kona Furuguri, and Arif Yukifune. With this we can speculate that the Anti-Committee is made up of 17 people, and all of them are main or secondary characters in all the side adventure novels. Although all the Anti-Committee can do is discover and prevent the projects of the Committee of 300 from being successful, they really do not represent any threat to them, since there is no way in which they can definitively defeat the committee. They lack the resources or the capacity to achieve such a feat, so they can only prevent the Human Domestication plan from being completed. Looking back across the science adventure series, the Committee of 300 is the constant villain. In Chaos Head and Chaos Child, they toy with delusion. In Steins Gate, they fight for control of time. In Robotics Notes, they weaponize technology and fear. In Occultic 9, they rewrite belief. And in Anonymous Code, they seize reality itself. The stories may feature different heroes, cities, and technologies, but the antagonist never changes. They are the unseen hand of conspiracy, turning every breakthrough of science into a tool of domination. The Committee of 300 is a brilliant antagonist because it's not a person. You can't reason with it. You can't appeal to its humanity. It is an idea, the idea that humanity is a problem to be solved. This makes the protagonist's struggles profoundly meaningful. Okabe's refusal to accept a predetermined future, Takumi's choice to believe in something outside his delusions, Takuru's quest for the truth no matter how painful, and Kaito and Akiho's dream to reach for the stars, these are all acts of defiance against the committee's core philosophy. The central theme of the science adventure series is the power of human connection and will to overcome a predetermined fate embodied by the committee. Defeating them isn't about a final battle, it's about countless small acts of courage that collectively steer humanity away from the abyss. The Committee of the 300 is one of the most powerful organizations in the world of science adventure, and they are the culprits of the vast majority of the problems in the history of this universe. And as we already saw, despite playing such an important role in that world, we still don't know much about them. We've only seen 6 of the 300 members of the committee, and several of them were expelled or are already dead. So, they were already replaced by completely unknown others. The committee still exists in the Steins Gate worldline, representing a constant danger for the peace of that world. The fight of the protagonists has not yet ended. United under the same cause, they will have to face all the dangers necessary to protect the peace that cost them so much to achieve. With this, the ground is being prepared for us to see them fighting together. It's just a matter of time. We will have to wait for new stories to come out that expand even more the chronology of the science adventure to know the next movements of the committee. What do you think is the committee's next move? And which protagonist's struggle resonated with you the most? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss our next journey into the world of science adventure. El Sai Kong Ru.